really wants to live in Ikoyi.
Yeah.
People hearing me like this now want to live in Ikoyi.
I actually want to-
Okay, now you want to live.
Yes. So, in the last few months, there has been, will I call it accusation, that real estate is one of the channels of money laundering. Because comparing the price of properties in Nigeria, because I sometimes wonder, why will a property in Lekki be going for 1 billion? So now, you being a developer, would you say that those properties, the price are fair, or real estate truly is another channel for money laundering in Nigeria?
Okay, so I think often there has been narrative about real estate Nigeria is overpriced, and I
Yeah.
think is a new movement, or should I say it's a trend, or is a new movement. But then, if we really want to say it unfiltered, and then we really want to say it the way it is,
Yeah.
I will agree with some narrative to say that real estate is overpriced, but not generalizing it, right?
Okay.
Because what makes real estate worth such a fortune, right? For example, the cost of construction mostly in every location can always be the same thing, right? We can always have the same cost of construction.
Okay.
The amount that you probably will use to construct in Enugu is what you will use to construct in Lagos, right? Aside looking at the topography of the soil and which can actually cause some extra, cost you some extra fund.
Yeah.
But then, what really makes Lagos, that's demand in the market and makes it that expensive, that makes it, pricey. Number one, Lagos State happens to be like the smallest state in Nigeria.
Yes, I agree.
Right? You agree with me, right?
Yes, I
Okay.
agree.
And then there is a law of economics that says where there is a demand and there is a low supply, there is going to be a skyrocket of price.
Prices.
I mean, you
Agree.
understand, all right?
Yes, I agree.
So now, you do not expect, okay, just like imagine you driving home at night.
Okay.
You know very well that the cost of a fuel is 1,000 naira to 1 liter.
Yeah.
Now, but now you are driving at night. Then your fuel got finished. Probably you got stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
This is about 12 a.m. and then you are not getting any other place to get fuel. Now, there's somebody that's selling a fuel by the road that says, okay, this my fuel sells for 5,000 naira. Are you going to buy it or not? That's the question.
I will actually buy it.
You're definitely going to buy it,
Looking
right?
at the
But
demand.
are you going to say the guy is wicked? Is he not just doing his own business?
It's
And I mean,
business.
it's making your request available at a very inconvenient period, right? So in Lagos, technically, Ikoyi and the likes, we have low, supplies of land, but we have high demand of land. Somebody that is even any very low really wants to live in Ikoyi.
Yeah.
People hearing me like this now want to live in Ikoyi.
I actually want to-
Okay,
yes.
now you want to live in Ikoyi.
I actually want to
but
live in Ikoyi.
But I mean, it's hard to speak now, but it's not what you can afford right now.
Yeah,
but you
I
have
agree.
aspiration to
Yeah,
live in
everybody wants to
Ikoyi.
live
Now, everybody wants to live over there. Then there is very high demand in the market for that location. So, and I mean, Lagos is surrounded with water, it's an island. There's not so much land over there again. So you're going to be buying from a secondary and a secondary and a secondary and a secondary buyer.
Okay.
We can also invested in this property to make money.
So it's
So
more
in
now.
a situation whereby you have bought a plot of, a plot could be any square meter.
Yes,
In a situation where you have bought a square meter of land, let's say about 400 square meters or about 500 square meters, that we have already bought at the rate of, let me say, I don't want to exaggerate. It costs far more than that, but let's say about 500 square meters is already sold for you for 500 million naira.
Yeah.
Whatever you're going to build on it, you're going to be spending about 3 million, probably 200 million naira to build on it, or about 400 million naira, depending on your design and every other thing there.
Okay.
So if the price is not priced at 1 billion naira, it's worth it. That's the question. It's worth it.
So
Right. But in a situation whereby you have a construction done, you have a project delivered, and then you are not getting value, that angle, I would say that property might have been overpriced in terms of getting value. But is property truly overpriced in Nigeria? No. But in terms of not giving value, that is where you can use such a word. And to the other question that says laundry, I don't want to get invited. Though. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because, for example, there is a recent news. I mean, I can say this in the public because it's already on the
Oh
public.
yes, on the public.
There's about 755. Is it 745 or 755
Units.
duplexes? Unit of duplexes.
Yes.
They got seized by EFCC.
Yes.
From the former chairman of the Central Bank of Nigeria,
Yes.
right? So I mean, something like that. He has laundered the money through into real estate. So you can actually say, I mean, because what is money laundering? Money laundering is about a fund that is pulled from not a legitimate source.
Yeah.
Right. So that is what money laundering is all about. So maybe it's happening, but not in the narrative of building a property. I mean, do you know that many developers even go as far as getting a loan
To deliver.
to build all this in a country whereby inflation does not have a benchmark. Inflation does not send invitation letter that I'm coming. You can sleep this night and wake up to a serious almost 50% inflation on whatever that you have cost. I mean, forever your construction cost might be. This is Nigerian banks that gives you facility paying back about 38, 35, 36, 37, 38, up to about 38%.
Wow.
Right? For a developer that has calculated his BOQ, I mean, you have your BOQ, this project is supposed to cost you R1 billion. Right? If you do the mathematics, R1 billion, and then you're getting a facility from a bank for R1 billion, right? And then your project is supposed to cost you R1 billion, and 2 months, 3 months into the project, inflation strike you. The same project that was estimated at R1 billion, you need about 1.5 billion to deliver such a project. Right? So how then do you think this is all being made up to be money laundering or whatsoever, or to say that property are overpriced? I'm against low standard. No. I mean, you have low standard construction and not delivering a proper project. Far against that. But in other terms, real estate is not overpriced. The demand in Lagos is very high on real estate. Lagos is housing about 20 to 23 million persons in Lagos, catering for about 10% of total Nigeria population already.
Yeah.
So what then do you expect? There's housing deficit, there's people don't have a place to live and all of these things. So I mean, I don't really agree that it's overpriced, but in terms of giving value, of course, that we might have a talk on.